Hello Shaggers, welcome back. It is back in IRL. Tier 1 today is a very well qualifying here in Austria. I'm a commentator, GoldenSniper. Behind the scenes you can't hear him today, but the man himself, Shiesty, is going to be in my ear, probably yelling at me because I'm such a big cunt. Anyway, full grid today, which is always lovely to see, and we're just waiting for the drivers to come out as the rain continues to pour in Austria. It's going to be a very odd qualifying. We're not used to people being in the wet here, but it is surely going to make for a big fucking shit show. So you can clearly see from one of the garages, I believe there's many sours coming out. We're putting on board with Barty, flying through on the sour. We're the only one out on track, just waiting for an outlap coming through. Shiesty, I know they can't hear you, mate, but how do you feel right now? Mm. 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 That's good. Now, again, they can't hear you, so I'll reiterate whatever the fuck you just said. He's very excited for this shit. He's somewhat brand new. He did see Baku last week. Speaking of Baku last week, there was an Alpine that got flipped in Tier 4. I don't know if you saw that, Shiesty. That is just all the carnage. All the carnage from this stuff, man. Dan's in the chat saying hello. Hello, Dan. As we're on board with Barty, he's going to make an outlap. Pretty soon. He's on an outlap now, but he's just flying around. If we get some shields, make it around the last penultimate corner, as I can quickly turn on my track map. And it is what someone said, right down the way to go here. Is Barty's going to start flying up now on the intermediate tires, and at no DRS continues towards the west, and that's kind of stupid. Bruce nicely done from the Sauber. Good exit there, and he's going to burn all the way down. Maybe stop thanks guys. But I love that my controller starts to spaz, but we ball. Lovely around turn 2 as well. And just a nice cruise down to turn 3. Lovely use of the RS, and he's just simply burning it all the way down into the braking zone. Right about now, around the 100 meter board, turn in. Lovely, just misses the apex, I should say. But it's all good. Let's see, so we can get up to turns 4 to 6. The long sweeping left-hander. Got to ease off the throttle a little bit. Touch the curving as well. Got to make it out wide. There's caution in sector 1. I believe that this car's going out of the way. I believe it's a Red Bull. Instinct or point, or maybe it's a club. I'm not sure. It's some point rewards. I have no idea. I've got no idea. That's a lovely phase through the penultimate corner here. Brace nice and early. That's a lovely sweep through the last corner there as Barty's going to come across the line now, setting a 1:12.4, which isn't a bad time, I should say. Good for him. Pan is on an outlet behind him. You've got a Mercedes of Franco. Then you've got Randro coming across the line and slaps it with a 13.0. Nice time for him. You've got Sub-Zero, Barty's teammate, with a 13.1. Everyone's going to ease in to their outlaps. And it's chilling. Shadow with a 12.0, smacking it by about 4 tenths per second. Cloud beating him by 2 tenths per second. First driver to go into the 111s. And there's a good start for the Alpines as Fate brings it to a provisional P3 with a 13.1. Splitting Shadow's form and Barty. There's a caution in sector 2. I believe this is one of the Saubers getting out of the way. I'm not sure, Danny. He was Tier 2, but he's doing a reserve job. As Rudy Craig's leads, it's a 12.6, and Hash Frank is a 13.4 with his second race back in Tier 1. And it's love to see a veteran of that stature coming back. Toasty with 13.9, not his best qualifying, but surely that man has a lot of pace, and he can definitely improve on here on in. No one else really setting times, apart from Fate, who does split people, but I think they'd be fucking said that. Franco sets a 12.0, just a 100th off a Shadow Storm, puts him into P3. As a couple of guys are flying around, stuff. Beatles flying through, nice and dandy. Randro flying through P7, lovely stuff. I believe there's a Red Bull who's on a fly. It is Mark. Strange to start an outlet. Next man to cross the line. Does beat off the next man cross the line actually. Starts his flying lap. Flies through now. Once he gets on the boards, he slaps it on a provisional pole with a 11.6, beating out both Alpines and stopping the 1-2 of Dreams. Mark sets it into P6 with a 12 points, or I should say. Blitz in the Ferrari, dear lord, it's 11.9. So it's actually a lot of boys into the 11s now as the track continues to rubber in. Very, very tricky to tackle these boys. As you do say, Williams coming through. I believe that it's Hitch. You know, he's a lot quicker. I mean, he's quicker. But he's in top. I just missed that, which is my bad. Anyway, next man across the line, Panda. Ooh, slip up onto the last corner. Almost whacks it into the wall there. But he's going to take it for a P11, beating out Sub-Zero. And dear lord, there's a lot of people finishing off like Randro. Puts it through McLaren 1-2 now. Blitz splits the Alpines, getting to P4. Cloud City says, I'll have that back, thank you very much. With 11.4, beating out the B-Dot by 0.2 of a second. Sorenzi sent to P3. Jesus Christ. A lot of cars swinging everywhere, and yeah, it's Jesus Christ, I forgot the name. It's my bad. Anyway, Blitz is chilling on a tour down. He's going to start on a flying lap. Double cars behind him as well. Candace at 13.1, Ashton at 12.6. That's good improvement for him. And no one else is really making time to pass him around because he's sitting around Serenity in P4. And just a lot of cars thunder bucking it around. Hitch to set a time, yep. But I'm pretty sure it's him coming across the line now. And he's going to put into P2. So just losing out by 100th of a second to Cloud City. This is a very close call. Shiesty is going crazy in the background. He's seeing Williams up top and he's like, hang the fuck on, calm down. Oh, love that. You got Franco saying, fuck everyone else, almost heading into the 110s here as he puts it as a 111.042. That is, someone stop this man. This man is definitely a contender for the World Drivers Championship right now. As a caution sector of one of these Mercedes going slow. That is probably Franco just kind of letting everyone by. You've got B-Dot clipping Cloud City as well. 1,000th of a second between him and Franco. That is the fine margins of today. Holy balls. Yet to set a time is either half and our man Impulse is going to fly through it in the lap now. Puts him up into P7 in front of Serenity. The caution in sector 3 as that's unfortunate that signal red panda has to leave the session. I'm going to quickly invite him back here. Where is he? Where is this man? I can't find him. I'm fucking retarded. That's really awkward. I don't have him. Dan finally said, okay. Kazu said that you should be the one inviting people, but I don't have all the boys added yet. But we ball. He's setting a lot of thunder fucking everywhere. Hashran sets into people running, so not a bad lap for him. Got a Ferrari out, who's Impulse, but he's still going to slap on the boards. Not really that much improvement on just pull down that. Neither half gets to pit lane. As Pitch sets the original pole to 10.8, we're definitely seeing that now as the track continues to rubber in. Pitch, Shiesty called that from a mile away. And it just so happened that with the Williams on pole, you slimy little fucker. Anyway, you got Sub-Zero now flying through. What can he do? He's actually not flying through. He gets an accordion. That is my bad car. Couple of those going to make their way into the pits just to settle down. Get the track. Put on a fresh set of intermediates as the rain continues to just dick down, which is a crazy statement from my stature. But as I said in the industry, we ball. My bad, Kazu. Car. My bad, car. Valuable stream time. Boy, you just love hearing my voice, do you? Whoa, Iceman's going slow. He's probably low on fuel. Nope, he's just, no, he is on release. He's just chilling. He's just vibing. He's just vibing. Franco says, fuck you, hits. I'll take original poll, 10.7. Yes, just under a 10. Jesus Christ. You wonder, when are the Haas going to come out? Because they're just chilling. Maybe they're waiting for the last 3 to 4 minutes to settle out where the track is fully over here. Okay, Leaky would help me, and that does make sense. But then what about Senor Slater on his return from Alaska from 42,000 years ago? That's the last time I heard about him. I'm not going to question what I just saw from McLaren, but we ball. We absolutely ball. There is a Ferrari, I believe, starting an outlap, so he's going to fly around. People are on an outlap, people are going in, people are doing fucking everything right now. Absolutely, mate. It's going to be make or break. The rain seems to be slowing down a little bit, and as I say that, I just cut the onboard a blitz. It is actually not slowing down. Good lord. Jesus. Right, it might rain during the race, you never know. That does ring a bell now. Leaky, if you don't know, got a qualifying ban. Shows he just told me in my ear, because I'm a dumb cunt. He just said that because he, fucking words. He resigned on track as an instant quality ban. And, yep. Fair enough. We ball. We absolutely ball. People on a flyer, people flying through. You got a couple people starting their final laps here. We're on board with Blitz now. We're one of the first people to crack through the checkered flag here. On checkered lap, he's finished fine as they're flying through. Blitz, looking, he's on the boards. He sets original pole at 10.5. That can definitely be a bit in there, but a lovely lap for now. That is beautiful. Absolutely lovely. You got Toasty down 0.5 of a second. You got a couple other people improving on their lap time. You got Shadow flying through. You got Hitch, I believe, on a flyer behind him. That is one of I don't know who the fuck that is. Probably a Red Bull. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. Carl's just said no way Ferrari's in their shit together. I don't know what the fuck is going on, Carl. Dude, we are absolutely balling, bro. People on flyers, people on outlap, passes are flying through. Leaky does. He's allowed to come out of 50, he's not allowed to set a time just to make sure the setup's right and everything. Got Faye coming through now. Hitch getting up to P3. Faye crossing the line, making it to P2 here. So that's good. The Alpines are slowing a lot down. Storenzi slaps it up into P2 right now. That is lovely. You got Blitz coming through, starting another flying lap. You got both Alpines sitting P10 and P15, so they've really struggled from the start. But they're definitely going to improve now coming to the end of the quality session. You've got Cloud City flying through sector 2, and I believe it's a Williams now coming through the end. It is here, so I can quickly cross over him now. 2 tenths up on his phone, puts it into original pole at 10.3. Lovely lap for him. And you got Hash Brown moving up into P10, beating out Cloud City's earlier time. You got one of the Haas's now. I believe that's Teddy flying through on the end. You got Mark on board. Teddy's just come through, starting a flying lap. Mark's going to slap it, but he is on a cooldown. Not really any improvements. Cloud City, I just saw slap it up into P2. 2 tenths off it, just 2 tenths off a hitch. You got Faye coming through into P5. Franco is slowly dropping down the order, but he can improve a lot. You got Shadow in the pits, Barty in the pits, Ranger and Beetle also in the pits, waiting maybe like 2 minute mark there. As in the beaten ball with Rudy Craig, he's going to come into the pit. Everyone's just mugging me off today. Jesus. Impulse, can you please do something? Yes. Can you please do something, Blitz? Coming across the line, slaps it on provisional pole, beating it Hitch by a tenth of a second there. That is lovely, Pen. I don't have you. I didn't see you, mate. But we ball. I will do it. What the Jesus was that? Oh, Panda's in. That's lovely. Rudy Crazy the tires in the pits. You are getting the Delta. I have no. Yeah, yes, I will fly through. I'll snap everything, mate. Get all the results and everything, but we ball. Just everyone flying through. Having a nice fun time. 2 minutes left to go. Almost everyone is in the pit lane. People are flying through on track. We're on board with Mark, who's going to start another flying lap. Behind him, we got Teddy, who's going to, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He sets an 17.9, but that's probably just another cooldown after invalidating. The second Alpine at Cloud City. Is he going to come into this? No, he's just kind of chilling on a cooldown. And you do wonder. They definitely, people in the pit are going to slap on the new set of mediums as his track continues to rubber in. Go through his rain. So what puts people on track right now? One of the best conditions coming back in Red Rock and 7 on the line and fuck up into the pit lane. Sharky's calling out for the 109s and also calling out for someone to be an absolute chat and going in this video. So on the dry tyres, I don't know if that's going to work, but Cloud Zero, Sub-Zero sits at 111.4. That's how the driver's got one. I believe there's a William coming through now into Hitch can start on a flyer. Cloud City had a bit of a slip up there coming out and see if he just saw that. Sub-Zero showing a couple of drivers moving up and down as Caution Sector 2, I believe. Jesus Christ. As on the Alpines letting everyone out of the way here. Cloud City puts on a provisional pole almost into the 109s with 10.082. That is definitely a hard time to beat. But Franco, as you can see, just warming up his tyres ready. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time actually to get through the end. I'm pretty sure he will. As more drivers going to set laps now. You've got, I believe, a Red Bull coming through. So you got both McLarens on an outlap flying through. You got a Sauber flying in. I believe that is the other team car flying through now, and then you got Serenzi as well starting an outlap behind him. Cloud is in a knock cross now. That was actually his teammate Shadow. Just kind of chilling the MP17, probably starting an outlap himself. So Franco's going to cross line with 10 seconds to spare here. He's definitely have the outlap or the push-up of his life as Teddy puts it up into P9 with a 10.8. Qualifying is done, so Blitz, Impulse, Iceman, Mark, and Leaky, of course, by qualifying, they're not able to get another lap in. So let's see what the rest of the boys can do. As the Sauber's going to cross the line now, Barty's going to put himself into P5. But Cloud City coming into the P lane, so he's obviously not improved on his lap. That's going to put the advantage back into some of these other drivers. We're on beatable now with Hitch as he's going to come through Sector 2. But his teammate Tosi's around 7,000 down on his time right now. What can he put on the boards here? He's currently sitting at a 12. No improvement since that's putting down to P18. You've got both McLarens coming through. Face retired. Both McLarens are P4 and P7. Then you got one of the Red Bulls, I believe, as well. That is Sorenzi coming through. What can he put on board? Can he beat Cloud City and get provisional pole? No, he loses out by 0.2 of a second. That is unfortunate for Sorenzi. Hitch now coming to the last corner. Going to be on board with Franco now, who has a slip up into the last corner. Can he beat Cloud City's time? He can by a 0.02 of a second. And that puts him onto pole position, beating out the Alpine and Cloud City right at the end there. What the fuck have I just seen? I said that man was going to be a contender for a World Drivers' Championship, and Mercedes, although I hate every single one of them, you've got to commend that man for how much pace he's got. The raw pace on Franco is definitely something to be scared of, as there is your qualifying order. Only a 10th to separate the top three. And that is simply lovely. Your Franco starting out with Cloud City in in the front row, and everyone else just kind of chilling up the back here. Leaky wasn't like being able to set a time. Blitz has been told he's immediately going to stay in tier 2. That is very that is very awkward. Blitz sets a P4 despite being a tier 2 driver, and Shadow obviously making up into P6, Hitch into P5. Good Lord Shiesty, mate. That was incredible. Mm. It is insane nonetheless. And we have a dry race to start. A bit of a... Mate, you can't say that. You can't say that line. That's trademarked by Kazu. Kazu, he said you're lying. He said that's all we like to see, or that's not what we like to see. Either iteration. You'll have to pay him a 50-cent royalty every time you say it, though. So he's just gonna be chilling. He's snooping out for as much money as he can, mate. He wants to travel the world, you know, get as rich as he can. Teddy has left the session. That's really awkward. I don't know if I have him invited in my friends. I'll quickly look at that right now. As I myself am communicating with him, it's really awkward. Do I have Teddy added? I hope I do, otherwise it'd be extremely awkward. Now, the regional formation lap, so if I'm just sat here by myself, waiting to get Teddy back in, and it starts, that's very, very weird. There he is. Back in, I found the man himself. Dan's having an aneurysm in chat. He's just praying that an Aston Martin actually scores points this weekend. What the fuck? Why? Why is he not racing Solz? He just set a quali lap. Bruh, like, the fuck? Well, Teddy said, Shiesty, mate, I don't know if I have you added, but apparently, Teddy's not gonna race. So if you want to fly in if you can. Yeah, he's feeling a bit sick. I don't know if I have you added, it's really awkward. I think I do, so I'm just gonna quickly invite you. Yeah, we ball. Alright, where are you? I don't think so, mate. I don't know if I did get you just at the end before you left. We'll quickly look, see if we can find the W. But we ball. We absolutely ball. We're just waiting for people still connecting. You know, it's a nice chill day in Austria. I need some water. My throat is drier than my sex life. But that's something we don't need to talk about right now. That's something for later. Where is my water bottle? I'm gonna quickly be right back then. I'm see if we can get Mr. Shiesty involved so you can actually see what's on fucking track. Bet we ball. Where are you? You little fucker. There you are. There he is. Shicey's involved now. We ball. God damn it. Shicey's gonna be drunk by the time this fucking stream ends. We are good to go on my end, mate. Love the Twitch ads. Thanks, Dan. So I don't know how long we're gonna have until lights out, Shicey. How are you feeling about this race? Who do you think's gonna really grab your attention here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of pace, it's 5 lights gonna be out now. Fuck yes. And I am having an aneurysm on my side, but we ball. Franco takes an early lead. It's into turn 1. What? Oh, fucking hell. Shadow Storm just wiped out Serenity off the rip. That's a very late move from the Alpine there. And that's control both of them down a couple positions. Hitch moving up into P5. Fate, the 10-second time penalty for a massive collision with Mark. That's going to see Mark all the way down. Whoa, fuck. I just saw, oh my god, Range Rover just spin off into turn, on their runway to turn 2. As Iceman's in 3 positions, drive-through penalty for corner cutting. What is his start? You're Franco ahead by 4/10, Blitz behind Cloud City, and there's definitely going to be some sort of VSC here. There is. Everyone's kind of chilling through. The VSC conditions are now in, as Teddy obviously had to retire off the rip, not making it onto the grid. As safety VSC conditions flying through, well, they're really, really crazy start. My good lord. There's definitely going to be a penalty coming through. Again, possibly the Shadow Storm, although I don't want it to be, considering he's my driver. Yeah, that was a very late move just at the end, but as Dan says, we ball. We ball. I believe a couple of drivers coming to fix one's had damage. So you got Barty, you got Randro, Marklax, Rudy, and Fate, and Panda as well, coming through. Everyone's dropping down positions, so obviously they've pitted. And that is going to be very awkward for those lads, especially if they started on the hard compound tyres. DRS is enabled now as we're back underway for racing. We're going more quickly with Cloud City, who's just coming through. Not Water Pleasure, Blue Blitz has just got Cloud City up ahead. Got Shadow Storm and Hitch fighting for a position here. That's lovely for Shadow Storm to gain a position from the rip. As Cloud City is right up Franco's ass here. The Mercedes versus the Alpine, a little bit of an in-heated rivalry between both the TPs, not naming names. Some choice words said by either TPs towards each other, especially some of the drivers getting involved from Mercedes. But they're going to leave it out on track here. Let's see what these boys can do. Cloud City slowly losing time to Franco, who just seems to be in another world. As per usual, but Cloud, I'm pretty sure, just happy to take a podium, even though he would probably want a win to shut all the Mercedes boys up. Nice and tidy. Cloud City was just in the fastest lap, and we're putting it into the 108 as a 10-second speed penalty for Iceman. He's going to come into the pit lane and speed like a good little bitch. Leaky, even with that qualifying van, is in a good position now. It's going to put himself up to P7 as Hitch and Shadowstorm. We can just see them behind them. Wheel to wheel here, as there's a lovely racing between both of them. Maybe a little bit of squeeze there from the Alpine, but rubbing his racing. You got the inside, you got Hitch on the inside, you got Shadow defending brilliantly. You're going to try to switch back here, but no. Hitch is going to have to slowly yield, but he's not seeming to yield. Almost contact again between both of them, and the Shadow Hitch will definitely have to yield. It's a great battle for P5, as Shadow seemingly wanting to storm away from that early mix-up with Mark. or Scorenzi, either one. You're the Red Bull, that's all I know. And Hitch just chilling. You got Franco dropping down the order. What's happened with him? Franco something of a slip up on the last corner. I'm not sure if that's contact with Cloud, but Cloud is going to take the lead of the race here. And that's devastation for the Mercedes boys. Did you say it was the terrorist? I'm not sure. He said damage on the Mercedes, so I'm not sure. Doesn't seem like it, no. Yep. Doesn't sound like it's damage. Shicey just confirmed that it's Sub-Zero moving to P10, overtaking Hash Brown, who's just kind of here chilling into the points positions, obviously, if you don't know. Points drop down to P12 here, as Dan is saying, I'm very happy right now, and I definitely am. Obviously that was contact, I'm not going to say shit, but we ball. Dan, your driver's currently P17 and P19, so I don't think you should be hyping yourself up too much if you were going to do that. Then again, they did both have to pit. Panda getting past Faye, Hashbrand getting past Beetle. There's a caution in Sector 2 here, that is Mercedes going slow. There's the first 3 seconds, Shadow Storm. That's not going to make me fucking happy, let me tell you that. There's a massive battle up here for pole position for P1. You got Blitz on the ass of Cloud City. You got Serenity behind him. Bro, he slides through and tucks himself into the Alpine. That's beautiful there from Blitz. Butler's going to get the advantage back possibly to Cloud City. He has a better exit and he's going to have DRS. What can the Alpine do? Can he respond here? Or is he just going to sit back and play the waiting game here? He's going to try to the inside, look for a move, but that's obviously yield. It's a brilliant defensive move there. We're going to be on board now with Hitch, who's got Shadow, who's also in this little mix of a battle here. You can see the 3 of them in front. Blitz, Carl City and Scorenzi all fighting for the P1, but Shadow just tucked himself in nicely there to Scorenzi, getting a little bit of time making Hitch eat his dust. But speaking of eating his dust, Hitch is right up his ass here, as Toast is going to take a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And we're on board now, back with the Alpine of Cloud City, who's got to dive down to turn 1. Is he going to pay it patiently and wait for the longest straight into turn 2? There's a Barty who's retired on track here. That is going to be a massive play. There's no overtaking into yellow flag section, but Cloud, it might not even need it. DRS down the inside, they're side by side into turn 2, and there's Cloud City taking it back, squeezing Blitz as much as he can and having more into yield as Shadow takes shows him to keep his P4 after Scorenzi overtook him into the braking zone. Want to be able now with the Alpine of Shadow. Cloud City can stay. He's going to try a ridiculous dive bomb, and he's going to make it stick. He's going to make that stick, forcing Scorenzi just a little bit wide into the grass or the gravel. But my lord. But he is. Shadow taking it wide here. That's an fuck. That's a brilliant advantage back to Scorenzi. Jesus Christ, I love my job. Good Lord, Mark's going to get past Ranger and facing a drop down to the end of P. It's a P18. What a battle this is for the lead. Hitch is just behind Scorenzi by 0.2 of a second. We're on board now. Bleach is slowly losing time to Cloud. You've got Hitch now, he's going to be on the board with Scorenzi into side by side into turn 1. They're squeezing each other side by side here. That's lovely. You got Blitz going wide into the second corner. Scorenzi now with Blitz behind him, Hitch behind him, and Scorenzi's going to take that all the way to the bank, keeping P4 for now. Red Bull sliding a little bit, Mark getting 3-second time penalty, as it does, a couple other fuckwits. You got Shadow just behind Blitz, who's out of DRS now. You got great defense here from Scorenzi, a back-to-back World Drivers Champion in T1, definitely in the competition this season with everyone else coming in. He seems a little bit more on the pace of him, but we do commend Scorenzi for flying in on a controller, which is always good to put these controllers always in the limelight. A couple other battles coming in as well. But for now, we're going to be on board Hitch now, who's slowly gaining time to Scorenzi, or Shadow gaining time to Blitz, who's out of DRS. Of Cloud City, who's leading this race now onto lap 8. Nothing done there for Hitch. And Shadow's going to still keep Blitz at bay here. We're going to be on board actually the Alpine for a little bit. as he's going to come flying through. You got Impulse coming through. Caution sector 2 and 3. There's an Aston. We can quickly be on board. That is Rudy, who's shit the bed. Randra gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And Rudy's going to drop in all the way into P18, leaving a Fate there as well. Impulse is going to come through in the pit lane. And it's going to be a 1-2 currently for the Alpine to Shadow. That's a brilliant move on Blitz. And that is what you love to see, Kazu. The Alpine's coming flying in 1 and 2. And that is simply lovely. Time penalty for Rudy. Crazy Legs dropped in. He's all the way at the back of the pack, and that's not going to help Dan at all in his own. There's a massive cocking battle here. There is almost contact as Serenzi's coming to the pit lane. He's going to pair up really early those soft tyres, the mediums. And one big disadvantage of control phase is the tyre wear is a lot worse on controller compared to the wheel. So that's going to put him in a massive disadvantage. Rudy's going to come in pit now. Already lapped on lap 9. There is going to be a 3-second time penalty for Toki again. Shadow, I'm pretty sure, is going to play the team game here. Waiting. Was there contact between both Alpines there? But the Ferrari going to have the rundown on Shadow, who's going to have DRS off his teammate here. Going to play the team game right now, keeping Cloud as firm of a distance away from the rest of the pack as he can. So that's going to be an interesting battle to see if both Alpines are going to fight or if it's going to be Shadow playing the team game. We're going to quickly fly on board with Hashbrand now. There's going to be definitely interesting for the strategies as well. Hashbrand flying through 3/10 behind. We're going to be on board now with Hitch. He's got Blitz in his sights here. There's going to be a battle here for the lead as Cloud City's going to let his teammate Shadowstorm take the lead of the race. Fighting brilliantly here. And there's going to be another battle here for P3 as it's going to be a disadvantage for Blitz and maybe Cloud City. Does he have DRS? He does. That's going to get the Ferrari at bay. Up behind. A little bit of a late braking from the Ferrari. But there's 3 DRS zones here. Caution sector 3. That is one of them. McLaren's dropping off. That is Randro up down into P15. That's a pit yet again. Maybe there's damage from Randro as he retires into the pit lane. So there is your third retire, technically 2. Barty and Randro, Teddy obviously having to retire for not actually taking place late in the session after quali. Yes, I'll quickly check the position change real quick. 14 positions from Leaky there. That's beautiful. Absolutely fucking cooking. Tosi up 12 positions. Shadow up 5. Cloud City chilling into P3. You got Blitz coming into the pits now. We're going to be on board with Hitch as both Alpines still fighting for this win here. You've got Hashbone moving up 6 as well as Sub-Zero. You've got Panda moving up 2. You've got Mark Rex moving up 3. Iceman moving up a couple as well. And Hitch also moving up 2. Leaky and Blitz into the pit lane already. Quick little retire strategy now for the car compounds. 10 lap old hards for Shadow compared to his teammate on the mediums. You got Hitch on the hards. You got Franco on the mediums. Everyone is only pitting Hashbrand and Toasty to get the pit, as well as Iceman and Sub-Zero, both alternating between the medium and the hards here. So I would say Glad City's tyres a little bit. Iceman trying to catch up, and he's got Hashbrand up his ass here. This is a battle for P8. Nothing to be done here though, coming into turn 3, and Iceman's just going to be chilling into P8 for now. He's going to continue being on board with Hitch. He's got Cloud City, who's also in DRS with his teammate. Is there going to be some more in-team fighting as Leaky's going to get past Shadow? Oh, not Shadow, Sub-Zero. Franco's going to be coming to the pits on lap 12 after an earlier slip-up. Can he rejuvenate himself and push it into a podium? Yet again, both Alpines fight, and Cloud seems to bring the team in now. We're dropping a bit off from Shadow. He seems to be storming away now. As I say, he's just gained a couple tenths on his teammate. And Franco's dropping down the order as Scarenzi and Blitz in the make up a position. He's dropping down really fast, actually. Down into P10, P11, actually. Just going to be about to hit between both Alpines and Hitch flying through behind him. Panda getting a 3-second time play for track wins. A little bit of a slip up there from Cloud just there. Maybe those mediums a little bit more worn than he wanted. As you want to come through now, he turned forward by long sweeping left-hander here. And I'm guessing Cloud said he's going to continue playing the same game, letting Shadow fly through. Leakey's left the session. Toasty is going to go overtaken by Iceman for P6. And that's a lovely battle between them two as well. Shadow's going to come into the pit, so that's important. Cloud into the lead here on older medium tyres. I mean, if I were Alpine, I would have picked Cloud first, but maybe Shadow sees something that I don't, and I'm their team principal, and I don't know what the fuck strategy to be good or any, but nonetheless, one of my boys are up ahead. He got hitched just behind him on the same lap of harder tyres. There's definitely going to be a lot of tyre wear on that Alpine. His hitch is going to be slowly closing in on Cloud here. Shadow's dropped down to P5 because of the pit stop. That's a decent stop for him. And you do wonder, what is Cloud's approach here? You've got lap hards. I don't have Leaky invited. That is really awkward, my friend. I don't have Leaky sadly added, so that's awkward. Thank you, Lewis. Your Hashram moving up to P7. Leaky's AI is slowly dropping down. That's really unfortunate that he had a DC halfway through the race. There's going to be a lot of carnage here now coming into lap 14. Cloud's leading the way, but he's got Hitch up behind on the much more acclimatized hards. Coming through now. Is going to be a wheel spin? No, there isn't. Hitch looks to be taking the lead of the race here. Coming through. It's Alpine versus Williams. It's Golden versus Shiesty. And Shiesty's going to take it through. Hitch is going to take that. That is 1-0 to Shiesty. You cunt. But it's going to be a battle here now. Cloud's got Blitz up his ass. Actually, that's not even Blitz. I believe that's the Aston Martin of Rudy behind him. Still a lapped car as well. Bit of a lock-up from the Aston. He seems to be right on the tail of Cloud here. He's allowed to unlap himself, but of course in a safe manner. You got B-Dog passing Iceman. You got Shadow passing Serenzi. Toasty beating Iceman as well. Iceman is coming to pits. Obviously, these fresher tyres for Shadow Storm a lot more than the rest of the pack. And your Cloud is also going to come into pits. Hitch is going to stay out on the hards. So could he be moving for a one-stopper here? Obviously, it's a long way to the end of this race. And if he does pin that ACL lap, there's a safety light, it's going to ruin his chances almost entirely. He might do a hard medium and try to see second here. Cloud coming in, slapping on the hard compounded tyre, I believe, with big little tyres. Yep, hard compound tyres. Got Shadow 2 laps on the medium, so I don't know if he's going to be able to take it all the way on those. That's been a big ask for him. Probably have to do a 2-stopper. Maybe go on the other side of medium if he's chosen the balanced section, the balanced tyre allocation. As of right now, the race is slowly cooling down, I believe. Speaking of cooling down, Serenzi's on the arse of Shadow, who is around 5/10 behind, and nothing really to do. Impulse in 3/10 time, but as you see, Serenzi's teammate Mark taking turn 2 wide as fuck, but we ball. No real other battles here, unless you're near the DRS zone. You've got Hitch still flying through, still haven't hit yet. 10 seconds to Blitz, who's slowly losing time. Actually, in my earpiece, Shiesty just told me I'm a dumb cunt. You got Blitz actually closing in on this lap. You got Impulse coming through, sweeping from his old team. Ferrari has been losing position to Impulse, who's going to move himself into P8. Lots of penalties flying around here as we look towards halfway through the race. Hitch still hasn't hit. He's definitely going to go to Alonso. He's a little bit away on the front right now of Hitch's car. Shadow now has Blitz in front of him. I don't believe Blitz has hit. No, he has. 5-lap-old mediums compared to Shadow's 3-lap-old mediums. You got Cloud just trying to get as much space as he can to Frankie on 7-lap-old hards, who's definitely in this battle for a podium position for now. when Hitch gets off his hard compound tyres, your Shadow's slowly getting a bit wide there. That's to put the advantage into Blitz. Yep. Blitz obviously much fresher tyres at Hitch. That's going to be a big disadvantage come later the race. As it seems Shadow's earlier slip up has put Serenity back in this little battle here. We know how aggressive Shadow is, especially pushing the limits, but that just seems a little too aggressive, going a bit wide. As you on board with the Alpine, he's going to say sayonara to the Ferrari. Who's going to break first? It's going to be Shadow, who's going to squeeze as much as he can and take P2 from Blitz. That is lovely racing between both, and Blitz going to stay into P3. Serenity behind him. Your Hashbrand pitting all the way down into P12 now. As Shadow, once Hitch pits, is going to take the lead of this race yet again, but he does have a 3-second time belly to boot, so that's going to be really a big ask if he can hold on this much. Just staying forward with the Ferrari a little bit. There's battles up and down everywhere. It's a lovely battle. Here's Blitz simply gaining an extra oomph out of that exit. And it's going to be really tricky to see here. It's going to be really close, that Ferrari. DRS in tow, lap 18, we're halfway through the race here. Hitch doesn't pit, so he's just chilling on his first set of hard compound tyres. He can definitely push it the entire way through. Quickly checking positions, and he's leaky up 13 positions. I'm not so sure if he was able to join back. We'll say he does. Blitz closing in on Shadow. He's just into the lap. Blitz is going to overtake the Alpine Shadow. It's 2 laps more worn tyres for Blitz compared to Shadow's, I believe now 5 lap old mediums. There's a slip up there from Blitz already. Wow, so that tyre wear seemingly already on the 7 lap old mediums, struggling there for the Ferrari. Oh, Shadow, another 3-second time penalty. That's going to put him in an even worse moment now. He's got 6 seconds now to try and get Blitz some way, somehow, just so far behind to take this win. Doesn't seem like it's something here for now, as there's currently a 1-second gap between Shadow and Serenity, who's in P4. Seeking of losing a position, Blitz is going to squeeze into that inside line. There's contact. He's turned in too late there, Blitz, and he's going to knock Shadow off the track. My lord. Bit of argy-bargy there. Is Shadow going to try the dive down on the inside? There is a little bit of contact again, but that's beautiful racing. Shadow's going to take it up back into P2. Blitz is still there, though. Going to have to yield a little bit, and that's for the advantage. Back into Scarenzi, who has a lovely view of this battle right up ahead. And that was very close. That was almost a shit show into turn 2. But Scarenzi's going to dive into the pits. We're going to be on board now with Blitz. That was very techy. You got Blitz coming through now. Hitch, size and pit. Your Franco moving up into P5. He's definitely improving after his earlier fast. Who's going to have the Alpine for company. It's Blitz flying through once again. Then Shadow's going to have to try and move. There's a bit of contact between both of them. Did he force in wide though? I'm not sure. That's going to put Shadow at a massive advantage now with DRS down the inside maybe. Is he going to try and move? They're wheel to wheel into turn 3 yet again. Beautiful racing. There's contact. And that's going to push Shadow. A bit of a slip up there. Contact within the Ferrari and Shadow. I do love a bit of hard racing, but dear Lord, this is as hard as you can get. And Cloud City, this is Rocket League. And even better, you got Shadow's teammate, Cloud City, flying into this battle. Rudy gets another 3 seconds away as Hitch finally pits. So this is the battle now for the lead of the race. Once Hitch comes through now, that's going to put Blitz, Shadow and Cloud City all in a position to fight for this win. Cloud on the harder combat, so Shadow's taking it wide off turn 1, and that's going to put a massive disadvantage as he tries to gain as many seconds to blitz. Shadow going to try to see a move there, but has to yield. And if I'm Alpine, I am Alpine, but if I'm one of the drivers, I'd let Cloud try and fight as much as he can to Shadow. It's going to come on the inside. Blitz is going to try and squeeze him as much as he can into turn 3. Lovely battling. And Shadow takes the lead of the race. Lovely camera shot as well. Cloud going to squeeze up the inside. Is there contact? I didn't see any there. That's beautiful racing between Blitz and Cloud. You saw that lovely shot of the overhead, and Cloud just tried to send a move there on Blitz. He's going to send it now. He's got beautiful traction, and Cloud takes the lead of the race. Beautiful defensive job from Shadow, and that is lovely. Blitz is going to come into the pit lane as Shadow going to take P2. My lord, what a move from Cloud City. What a move, Taylor taking his same and Blitz. Beautiful defensive drop from Shadow to help him up. But what an exit from Cloud City. My holy shit, Kazu. You saw that shit as well, my friend. That was beautiful. That could be overtaking the fucking season right there. Holy shit, I'm losing my voice. Good lord, so many time penalties. Hitch. Your hitch I just missed it. Yeah. Fuck. Hang on, my voice is going. It's proudly sponsored by Evian Water. Back to the fucking action. Pitch 7 seconds. Shadow's going to come into the pits. It's going to be a long way to go here. He's definitely on a 2-stopper. Leaky's going to come into the pits as well. They're going to go 2-stopper, go in the medium compound. I believe again, yes, you can just see the medium compound going on. There's a caution sector 2. I believe that one of them is set. That's Tosi. Tosi's had a mix-up into sector 2. He's dropping down the order. You can see him just spinning. That is ridiculous. That is woeful for the Williams team. One driver on the podium, the other one slipping down to P16. Wow. No bueno. Sector 2 again. That is Toasty again slipping up in the gravel trap. And that's unfortunate for him. You know how much pace he's got. It's just not his race today. As Hitch is going to slowly claw as much time as he can to Cloud City. We're going to quickly look at the tyre compounds. Yet again, 8-lap old hards compared to Hitch's 2-lap old medium compounds. So the mediums are definitely going to last a lot longer. As there is a bit of a murmur that Tosi is going to retire in the pit lane. Yes, he will. The 4th retiree of the session. Tosi not gaining any points, and that is unfortunate because we know how much pace that man has. Shiesty calling on Hitch to call upon the F1 gods. Can he spring a surprise here? He's got 7 seconds to catch up on the medium combat, which are going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot of a battle here, but we know those mediums are really good early on. But Cloud's hards are going to kick in the next lap or two as well. So by the time they may get each other, it's going to be a long battle towards the end. Here, we'll quickly go board of Hitch. We're going to build a Hashbread now, who sees Beetle just about going wide. And he's going to be an overtake here. He's got Beetle for company. Into there's contact a little bit there between both drivers. What the fuck? Mark just trying to send a rotation in his car. Sector, what the hell is going on my screen? Sector 3, that is I believe Rudy, who just seemingly chilling down in P18. What the fuck? V-Carb is half-frame. Mark, yeah, it was Mark. Mark, I don't know what he tried to do. Send it. He pause. Fake any fast of 0 for P13. Lovely move from him. I didn't fucking see it. Your beat off And you can see my control just glitching absolutely everywhere. Beater's going to come into pits now on a 2-stop strategy. So that's going to put him possibly out of contention for points. As Mark now holding into P9 for his dear fucking life. And a bit on board now the penalty situation. Shadow, 6 seconds. You've got Leaky, Impulse, Hash Brown, Iceman Panda, Rudy on 19 seconds of penalties. Oh, good lord. You got Solz also 3 seconds. Good Christ, Rudy. Iceman getting past Fate. Lovely. Fate actually can get the switchback on him as Iceman goes completely wide off turn 2. What the fuck is going on? Lap 26. Sorry, now it's up 20. It was a lap 26. I'm retarded. It is lap 26. I'm completely sped. Lap 26, 6 seconds now between Hitch and Cloud City. If Cloud City gets the penalty, that's really awkward from him. Being Boy's Shadow, 6 second of penalty, going to drop him down behind Franco, who's slowly trying to get hot on his tail. Your Sub-Zero flying through. What the fuck? I just saw wing damage from someone. I'm not sure if that was Beta, but Sub-Zero's going to come in on the inside, even with a time penalty, squeezing into this contact a little bit between the McLaren and the Sauber. They do wonder whose wing input that was the Bedot's end plate, so that's awkward as he tries to claw back up into a points position. Shadow, though, is on the run down now on Blitz. Obviously, fresher, hard comment plate. Actually, no, I just said that. It was a 1 lap fresher, hard tyres as Hitch is just clawing away. He's just clawing away at Cloud City's time, about 5/10 of a lap, every lap. And it's going to be a big ask for Cloud to try and keep this man behind him, but not much pace he's got. DRS now with Shadow into the DRS zone. Nothing into turn 1. He's going to keep it nice and tidy. Easy to make the move into turn 2. After the DRS zone, flies through, says see you later, and Shadow, despite 6 seconds of time penalties, is going to take P4. And I believe Lewis just said a safety car would blow everything out of proportions. It definitely would, my friend. It definitely would. Panda's in the F+, Iceman for last point scoring position. Speaking of Danny Rick, Fate on his teammate Hashram just lets him by at P10. Into turn 2. And Fate's going to keep that nice and tidy. You got Panda just chilling with his teammate Rudy Crazy Legs, who's lapped, keeping these boys at bay. But quickly look behind Hashi. That is Rudy Crazy Legs just chilling up behind. Coming in hot and spicy, coming in like the Williams, coming in on Cloud City. 5 seconds between them. Lap 28 here. Those mediums are kicking in rather nicely to Hitch. As Blitz now, DRS now on Shadow. Again, 6 seconds time police are going to do Hitch, Shadow the biggest job, as Shadow seemingly going to be wide. 3 seconds time penalty for Red Panda, as Mark's going to come into the pit lane now. Maybe a little bit of damage for the Red Bull, but no, just seemingly pitting off his tyres. And Blitz is going to try and claw his way back to Shadow here. There's 8 laps to go, including not including this one. So it's going to be a wild fight to the end as Hitch is getting even more time out of Cloud. A 10th already coming in. And it's going to be a massive battle here. Massive, huge, everything. Sorenzi's also somewhere in this. Similar distance between him and Hitch to Cloud City. There's going to be a lovely battle there. As Blitz. You wonder when's Franco going to kick into all this. 3.1 seconds behind Blitz. As Blitz into DRS now on Shadow Storm. Nothing to boot though yet. Coming in now after turn 2. Lovely braking for both. Sorenzi, what is he going to do now? Seemingly fighting for a P3. Hitch is slowly gaining time. 4.5 seconds to Cloud now as we're on board with lap 29. And you just see Toasty left the session, obviously after DNFing early on. That's really unfortunate for him. Shadow, he's going to have to fight with all his might here to keep Blitz at bay. He's going to drop down to P6 after the time penalties kick in. That's going to be unfortunate for him, but he does have a really good gap to Lakey, so that's still a good point position for Shadow, despite the time penalty situation coming in. And Shadow's actually getting a little bit on Serenity now, so he's going to have DRS down into turn 2. Absolutely, he's going to have DRS down 2. Lap 30 now. He's just 4.3 seconds, 2 to 3 tenths a gap. Another 3-second time penalty to Shadow Storm. That's not helping his cause at all, but he's still going to get P6, irregardless of how many he gets. Iceman, 3-second time penalty as well. Just set for a split second. There's 9 seconds for Shadow Storm. As he's going to have DRS now on Serenity. Rudy, another 3-second time penalty. That's going to put him. It's going to put him into, I think, 22 seconds of time penalty. Serenity locks up ahead. There's a, what the fuck? That's Beetle. That's Beetle into the gravel trap. Into sector 2. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe a lockup, maybe contact between him and someone else. Having to move aside. Yeesh. You could almost call that an unsafe rejoin. He was that close. And Hitch is now caught up a lot to Cleared City. 5 laps to go. 3.4 seconds. Was there a bit of an interference from Senor Beetle? As Beetle's going to retire in the pit lane. That's really awkward for him, Mark. Putting himself up into P12. Shadow now is going to have the run down to Scarenzi. 3.3 seconds between Hitch and Cloud. That gap is going to slowly go down now, as the mediums are going to kick in on the much worn hards, but the hard further along the tyre life compared to a medium compound. But then again, Hitch is techy as fuck and we ball. Lock up again from Serenity, unless that's just a visual thing. Hatch round 3 of the time penalties. Everyone down from P7 to P15 has a time penalty. That's going to be really awkward come the end of this. Who's going to swap positions? Who's going to lose positions? Who's going to gain them? Yeah, Shadow going a little bit more wide there off the curving, as Scorenti is right there for the taking. 3.3 seconds now. Hitch declared City. That gap is slowly going down and down and down, as Shadow is going to get DRS on Scorenti. Those controller tyres are definitely struggling now for the Red Bull. Shadow coming through. Can he get on a podium swap? DRS after turn 1. It's in a long straight. Is he going to send a move on the Veek, on the Red Bull? He's sending it. He's ahead. He's turning in. That is lovely from Shadow. And that's going to put him in a good position. A storm away from Sorrenti, who's going to have Blitz for company now. No DRS for the Red Bull, and that's an advantage to Shadow. Blitz behind him does have it though. What a fucking race. I have no idea, but we've got 4-ish laps to go now. 2.3 seconds. Hitch declared City. That is going to be a lovely battle come the end of the race, as it just seems to be slowly stagnating now. There's a lot of time lost. Cloud's coming to the pit lane. Cloud's going to pit. What is going on? Cloud's coming into the pit lane off the hard compound tyres. This is... Oh my lord, Cloud. Cloud's just possibly thrown the win away. Cloud's probably just thrown away the win by pitting. He took 4 laps to gain about 20 seconds on Hitch, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that, even with the tyres of everyone else being significantly more worn. I'm pretty sure Cloud has just thrown the win away. It would have been a lovely battle. Would have even been a podium at least to take something away from this weekend. That is a definite blunder, and that's not going to improve. That's not going to fuck English. Yeah, that's, I don't know what I don't know what Cloud City was thinking, but I'm not him and we ball. Panda gets past Ashram for P10, something for Dan to cheer about. His driver finally gets into a point this weekend. as Serenzi's going to run down a Shadow, who at this point is going to be, still around P6 now, maybe P5, if Cloud's definitely going to get a hurry up there on this softs. 3 laps to go. Shadow is slowly losing time to Hitch, who just seemingly wants to run away with this now after Cloud, for some reason, pits. I'm just in awe, honestly. I don't know what the fuck that was. Thanks, Ozzy. Oh, Panda moving up to P11. I'm just so confused right now. Good lord. I don't know, man, but holy shit, I don't know what the fuck's happening up ahead of me. Actually, no, that's just Sub-Zero moving out of the way for the cars to lap him. Blue flags are out. Iceman's has a 105.5 on the soft compound. Rudy, another 3-second time frame. That's going to push him into, I believe, 25 seconds. No, 15. He did pit again. So there's his 10-second time. They've gone from speeding in the pit lane. You do have this battle up here. Shadow trying to catch up to Hitch for a net P2 after Shadow's 9 seconds of time penalties. It's going to be Storenzi versus Blitz for P2. As we're going to be on board now with the penultimate lap. Hitch is 3 seconds now. Franco 2.5 seconds away. Silent not really having as big of an impact as he usually is after that earlier slip up. And it's going to be a long battle. He definitely could have made it dizzy. He definitely could have made it towards the end with those hards. I don't know what happened here. There's a carnage up ahead. There's a car that's coming out. But his battle here now. Serenzi, who's got Shadow for toe here. It's going to look like to me Serenzi to take P2. You got Blitz behind him. Who's going to chill out for P3 here. And you got Shadow seemingly gaining a little bit more time than Hitch wanted into the last lap. But that is not going to be what the Alpine boys wanted today. Cloud City chilling around P6 after pitting late onto the soft compound of tyres. But that's all to talk about for another day. As rounding the final couple of corners, you've got Hitch, you got Woosh, you got Shiesty in the combox celebrating. It's 2-0 to Shiesty, and Hitch takes the win. Shadow's going to drop down a couple of positions. That puts Serenzi into P2, Blitz into P3, and Franco, a lovely redemption drive into P4. Cloud City, even pitting, is going to take P5 away from his teammate. And I still can't fathom what I saw with Cloud, but it's still a decent point for Alpine. Leaky taking P7 after a qualifying ban, set him in the back of the grid. His teammate not racing, so he's the only man to score points for the Haas. Impulse P8, Faye P9, Mark in P10 with Hash Brown just up his ass here. Or should I say, not that up his ass. As Hash Brown is going to settle for P11, Panda, Sub-Zero, Iceman, and Rudy, the only people to get lapped. And dear Lord, what a race we had here in Austria. As I'm pretty sure Shiest is popping off the champagne yet again. Stop it. Good Lord. So Solz said McLaren down for shit shows everywhere for them this weekend. And Hitch is hitting the gritty. Oh, who wouldn't be? A win for Williams puts Hitch in a great position in the All Drivers Championship, as the Mercedes The Mercedes reserve seemingly taking everyone by surprise now, as he gets another win for this season to put him into the top 3 of the Drivers' Championship. I will, sir, I will. Holy shit balls. If my screen get in front, no, don't tell me I'm gonna get the black screen. Shiesty, can you get the race results and the race director, please? If you can, because I've just black screened. Which is all good. But well, good lord. Yeah, fuck's sake. God damn it. Fuck! Oh, well, that is in one of the more interesting races in Tier 1 here. And that will put a wrap to Austria this weekend. Stay tuned for Tier 4. You got Tuesday nights, you got Tier 3 and Tier 4 racing. I don't fucking know where. Zandvoort. It's going to be Shicey's first race. Are you doing Tier 3 or Tier 4, Shicey? Tier 4, so you're going to see both these two fuckwits racing. I believe it's Zandvoort this weekend. Or not weekend, this race. It's going to be pretty techy to see both commentators battling it out. Hopefully there's no love lost between either of us, but we ball. That has been Austria. It's going to be fun and competitive races, says Shiesty, if you're not drunk off Heish's win. That has been Austria for this weekend. Tier 1, I'm GoldenSniper, Shiesty in the comment box yelling in my ear like usual, and I'll see you boys next weekend. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.